leading up to the semifinals, everything went pretty much as expected. The group stage results, nothing was really out of the ordinary. I think the only thing which was kind of odd was Mongols actually being removed in the group stages by B&B, the Australian team. So we actually ended up having 2 Australian teams in the quarterfinals. Both of them were eliminated, as we were also expecting. I don't think any other team was really going to get through that part of the bracket. The biggest upset is probably Fnatic. I don't think many people were expecting much of them coming in, but they actually got taken out in the quarterfinals to the Chinese, to eHome X. So eHome X has progressed in very nicely, but it wasn't just like a 2-1, it wasn't even close, it was a stomp. So some of us were expecting Fnatic to struggle, which they definitely did, and now they're actually out. So Malaysian tournament without the Malaysian team. I wasn't really expecting the Australian teams to get very far. The fact they got as far as they did was pretty impressive. The fact they got knocked out was, again, to be expected. But it was a nice opportunity for them. Not many Australian teams get to play on a low ping when they qualify for a tournament, let alone even fly to a tournament overseas. So it was a good opportunity for them. I know some of the guys would have really learnt a lot from this, and hopefully there's more opportunities in the future for them. The Australian scene has a lot of hurdles in growing in Australian Dota. There's some people out there that worked pretty hard to try and change it, but they're fighting some pretty big mountains, and if they had more support, maybe it's possible that it can be bigger than what it currently is, which is pretty much non-existent on the international scene. The Filipino players, if they're going up against the Chinese, then I think you can put aside your differences and cheer for the Filipinos. If it's up against Secret, that might be a little bit harder because there's a lot of love coming in for, like, Puppy is loved throughout all of the world, actually, not just even Southeast Asia, but his following transcends the border, so they will adopt him if he would take him. So yeah, this crowd, I actually don't know who they're exactly going to cheer for. Like the Filipinos, yeah, maybe they don't back him, but I think this crowd is just going to enjoy the good Dota at the end of the day. I've actually been having a lot of fun just casually going around Malaysia. I didn't have to do anything for the group stages, just watched a couple of games, and the rest of the time was just enjoying the city. Like I've been to KL a fair amount of times. I think it's actually like my 8th trip to Malaysia now for a Dota event. So it's kind of nice just to sit and relax in the city. And for the tournament, now we get into the nitty-gritty part of it with the semifinals into the grands. I obviously can see a little bit more of like who should be winning this one. Team Secret by far looks the favorites. None of their games actually, I don't think even broken 24 minutes. So they haven't had any challenges whatsoever. But I think they're going to run into a couple of problems now. Execration, obviously a team which got directly invited to the major over Team Secret. So this is another thing where maybe there's a little bit of Team Secret have a lot to prove. Their new roster as well. You were expecting it to be shaky. It hasn't really been tested. Execration's probably going to test that pretty hard. Mineski would love a chance at it. eHome X would love a chance at it. But we're looking basically at Team Secret in the grand finals.